What does Drew Barrymore reach for at home? A Minky Couture blanket, the ultra-soft throw that stops you mid-sentence. Featured on her show and loved in real life, Minky Couture wraps you in premium plush fabric, signature stretch, and award-winning craftsmanship. The blanket that turns every couch into your favorite seat in the house. Drew Barrymore's blanket, only at Minky Couture. Shop now at minkycouture.com. That's Minky, M-I-N-K-Y, Couture, C-O-U-T-U-R-E.com.
It's Cougar Sports Saturday.
Bear inside the 5. Bear into the end zone. It's a touchdown.
Cougar Sports Saturday, a presentation of KSL Sports.
Rob Wright the third. Just won it for BYU.
BYU Sports Talk by Cougar fans for Cougar fans. Here are your hosts, Mitch Harper and Nate Slack, on your legacy home of the Cougars. KSL News Radio, 102.7 FM and 1160 AM.
Welcome back into Cougar Sports Saturday, KSL News Time, 1:35 p.m. here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Broadcast House, Mitch Harper and Nate Slack with you. Big storyline in fall camp this year for BYU is the wide receiver position. Chase Roberts, gone. He's with the Las Vegas Raiders. Parker Kingston, gone. He was arrested in February and then dismissed from the program. Now his case has been dismissed, but he is not on the roster. So there are a lot of questions about this wide receiver unit, and I thought who better than BYU wide receiver coach, passing game coordinator, Fesi Sitake to answer those questions. Entering his 9th season with the program, I asked Fesi his impressions of how the wide receiver room is developing going into the 2026 season.
Great. I felt great all through spring and all through summer. I felt great, and that, the message really was a reminder to the receivers, because they've already heard it before, is every single year someone has to step up. It happened last year with Parker, the emergence of him and his production. The year before, like everyone has to step up a year, but this year just more have to. So I understand the concern from a production standpoint. Skill-wise, though, from top to bottom, man, we've never had the depth of skill, wide receiver skill that we have than this year in this room. So I'm really excited for them. By no means, have they arrived, but I just love the makeup of the room in terms of the size, the ability, the after the catch, the speed, just all of it. I thought they did a great job today.
Is it harder, though, for someone to emerge when there's not a clear wide receiver one already established like Chase was last year?
I wouldn't say it's harder. I just think it does keep the questions a little bit more open and unanswered. I've had seasons here, and will be my 9th, where maybe there wasn't a clear one, and people had their opinions, and over time, through 2, 3, 4 games, that one emerged. And the production at the end of the year was the same as if they were predetermined as the number one. So I wouldn't say it's harder. I just think there's just a little bit more unknown.
Would you say JoJo might be that wide receiver one right now?
I think he's naturally the easy one to start with, just because he has the most built-in reps here and the most time here. Done a great job. Just his overall leadership is where I'm just the most excited for him. I know there was some mishaps last year, coming off of an 8-week injury, and then what he did in the bowl game, he didn't have a chance to continue to do that because the season was over. So he's kind of picking up right where he left off, and I do expect big things out of him and a lot of targets.
What is the focus for this offense in fall camp?
I think number one, I know it's cliche, is stay healthy. We have really good. We just have great depth and great players, but man, we got to stay healthy and go to the dance. There's so many cool things we can do with a lot of our personnel. We got to stay healthy there. The other one is just there's a lot of new guys. There's a lot of I think experienced football players, but who are maybe a little bit more green in BYU's offense for 2026. So it's those guys being able to really tighten up their knowledge of the playbook and all the nuances of their position. If those guys who we want to invest heavily in over these next 3 weeks can have that processing speed like they've been here for 3 years, that's where we're in a great spot.
Some of these freshmen are super talented. When you talk about guys that may be green but got a lot of football success in their young careers already, Glasker, Pula, we can go Sarion, even Jet Nilsson a little bit. We saw him with the threes. Just your thoughts on this freshman class and maybe could they lift the floor of this group potentially?
Yeah, all of them really talented. what's going to separate these guys is how they pick up the playbook, that processing speed I'm talking about. One of the reasons Legend has really emerged into that one's rotation is not just his skill set, but how quickly he's picked up the playbook and how fast he's able to play. He's just got great savviness, and those are some things you can't see in recruiting all the time. And coaches can give you feedback, but every playbook is so different. Every player learns so different. So I've had coaches who have just said, hey, this is the smartest kid. He knows this offense well. And I come here and he really struggles with our offense. And so there's a lot of factors to that, but Legend has done a great job there. Jaron has done a really good job. I think an injury in spring set him back a couple of practices, because that's the best way to learn is those live practices. Legend went through the whole spring. Jaron did a good job picking it up. Terrence is probably up next there. Same thing, just got to get that playbook a little bit more polished. But they're all skilled, can all play any game for us. How are they going to pick up the playbook is the question.
Kind of going deeper into the wide receiver room, when we look at coming out of spring, we thought, maybe the roster's already set, but there's always attrition, there's always changes. You added a name that was once a recruit, but he played baseball, Fisher Ingersoll. How did that come to be?
Yeah, he just girlfriend plays here, and is an athlete here. Was recruited by us at a high school when he was still undetermined, like if he was going to do baseball or football. Obviously, he went the baseball route, just wanting to come back home, wanting to give football that crack, playing at the highest level. He understands kind of the terms. It's a real steep climb coming in with just 1 year left and trying to crack, but he's very aware of kind of the expectations that, if he does everything, and proves his ability, maybe he can crack special teams. Well, if he's traveling from there and attrition happens, maybe he can slide into travel, So he understands the criteria of what it would take, but all in all, he's just happy to be here. He's working hard. He's doing a great job with the playbook. I just wish I had him for 4 years.
Are you, along those same lines, though, are you kind of keeping tabs, you and the rest of the staff, on this 5-5 stuff? Like what maybe could fall with... Could someone open up and maybe add someone at the start of the season? Or is that just like, hey, we got our team, we're moving forward, as such, at least for your wide receiver room?
Yeah, I think for now it's the latter. Like, we know who our room is, we know what we got, and then maybe mid-season, obviously the resources we have with a full recruiting team now and recruiting department, seeing the attrition that's happening, things will start to take shape. Maybe we've got guys who are getting extreme injuries who are going to be out for spring, and so. But for now, I think who we got is who we got, and we're excited to work with them.
And I'd be remiss, last couple things here. Kyler Casper, I think when people see his size, they think, oh, maybe he's not going to be a great athlete. He's dealt with foot injuries. How would you kind of summarize maybe his athleticism, what he looks like on the field?
Athletically, he is elite. He is not just a big, long, tall, long lever, tall body. He is an elite athlete. He's explosive. He's twitchy. He's really smooth. For a guy his height, the number one issue for a lot of receivers is pad level and their ability to really bend at the hips. He's got no problems. I know a lot of people have been exposed to his dunk film. That shows his explosiveness. I'm really excited for him. We're easing his way into fall camp. It's a fine line. He's a new guy, so he has to get those reps, but we can't push him so hard to where there's a setback. And so luckily our medical staff and strength and conditioning team, we're all communicating and trying to find that sweet spot for him. But man, I'm excited to see what he does this year.
And last thing, Fesi, appreciate the time. Is there any players in this room that are maybe emerging as leaders? Because I think Kalani's always made the message clear he wants to have player-led program. Is there guys that are kind of taking on that Chase Roberts Kingston role of being leaders?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's always a hard one, because once you start naming names, right, you risk leaving guys out. But I will give you an answer. I'm not going to go the leader of production route, sure. Because obviously we don't have that. A couple players, JoJo's a clear one. He's a kind of a clear leader in terms of just being here at BYU, the team culture, the offense, all of that. He's done a great job. Tiger's done a great job at just in terms of, he came in with a lot of expectations and, due to whatever circumstances, he didn't play as much as he wanted to last year. The guy's never wavered in the way he works. Little things I tell him he needs to do, and the guys have seen him. The guys have seen him attack some of those small little, just marginal gains he has to make. to maybe have the breakthrough he's looking for. But regardless with him, just the way he works and shows up and smiles, he's so loved by his teammates. He's a great one to have. Reggie is a very quiet guy, but Reggie just shows up. Reggie knows the plays as good as anyone. Reggie will put his face on someone and crack them. He'll do anything for the team, and we've had enough time with him for him to prove that. So those are just a couple guys that are easy to mention that are leaders in their own different way. And I mean, I could go down the list, but I want to answer your question. So.
Well, it's going to be a fun year. Always appreciate the time, Fesi, and best of luck this season.
Thanks, Mitch. Always good.
That's Fesi Sitake, BYU passing game coordinator here on Cougar Sports Saturday. Let's take a break, and we'll get to Cougar Tales next, get up to speed on all the latest news and notes around BYU sports, an update on some former Cougs in the NFL as well here on Cougar Sports Saturday, and it's powered by KSL Sports.